Agrace, Hospice and Palliative Care.
We have lost two loved ones that were taken care of by the folks at Agrace in their final weeks and days. We lost my grandpa, my mom's dad, about 3 years ago now. And then we lost my sister, Jessie, at age 36, earlier this year as well. Jessie was my little sis. She was my only sis. When she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in her early 30s, she became, not just solid and strong, but literally the rock of the family. I mean, Jessie dealt with her battle for 4 years, and she dealt with it in a way that was inspiring to us around her. It was that part of her journey that I will hold, for the rest of my life. For the Fitzrandolph family, grief support at Agrace was one of the most important or most impactful services that we were offered. Initially, it started with questions along the lines of, how do we talk to the kids about Aunt Jesser's passing? Conversation turns to she's not going to be around for, very long. We're going to go in and see her, but, this may be the last time or one of the last couple times, blah, blah, blah. And yet, you don't want it to be morbid, but you want it to be real. And so to be able to kind of bounce our approach and our ideas and thoughts off of Timothy as a counselor, somebody that's been through it, was very comforting. Having lived through that with Jessie, I can't tell you how important and how impactful that experience is.
Support for grieving families is an essential part of the comprehensive hospice care Agrace provides to our community. Donors invest in Agrace because they want this exceptional, supportive care to be available to their loved ones and to everyone else in our community who faces a serious or terminal illness. That was certainly true for Ellen and Peter Johnson of Madison, whose lead gift helped build the hospice residence at Agrace that bears their name.
We wanted to give something back to the town where we'd grown up.
Something like hospice that touches every person in the community, poor and rich, and doesn't make what color they are. My mother died in '66, and at the time we were unaware of hospice. So once I learned about hospice and how it was all about helping people die and die with dignity, it just was so appealing to me because I was, in my mid-20s when my mother died, and it had a big impact on me.
But we've had many close friends and family go to Agrace Hospice, so we are ever grateful. And it's just a remarkably special place.
The gift to hospice has given me more pleasure than anything else. And I've always said it was the best investment I ever made.
The Johnsons' decision to support Agrace was influenced, in part, by another friend of Agrace, Don Anderson. Don and his late wife, Marilyn, gave the lead gift to build Agrace's first hospice inpatient unit, which bears their names.
It's not a donation, it's an investment. Well, giving is so important to me because we really don't own anything, we just have the use of it for a lifetime. Why not do something important with what you have? Seventh grader that had written to me about how his dad was 43 years old dying of cancer, and how important it was for him to be there with his dad, and what the place meant to him. Makes you realize how important it is to give. Well, Agrace is a wonderful place to go out in this world, and it's a wonderful place to have your name connected with it.
Like Don Anderson, the community leaders who generously donate their time to serve on Agrace's boards of directors are also proud to have their names associated with Agrace.
I'm Michael Johnson, and I joined the Agrace Board of Directors because I support the work Agrace is doing to improve the quality of life for all people in our community who are living with serious and life-limiting illnesses. It is my honor to thank you for supporting Agrace today. You are ensuring that compassionate, supportive care is accessible, available, and possible for everyone.
On behalf of the Fitzrandolph family and so many others, I want to thank you for supporting Agrace and making wonderful things possible for patients and families like ours throughout southern Wisconsin.